So this was already laughing, and you need to prepare yourself for this one
good.
because it's a doozy. The days of the cookie cutter moms at PTA meetings seem to be long gone. What was supposed to be a run-of-the-mill school board meeting has turned one Texas mom into a viral video. She used her time to address the school board to call out some questionable reading material her child received. Basically, she says a piece of literature uses terms associated to anal sex.
Ooh.
So, ladies.
They let you say that today?
I am shocked.
One time,
That
one
was it.
time.
Okay,
Season
that was the
8.
one time you're gonna hear that word, okay?
Okay.
I wanna ask you, ladies, if you've seen the clip, what do you think? Does she have a point? Is school a place for that kind of learning? Like, how far should sex education go? Are we just talking about the birds and the bees, how children are created?
This the parent.
I know, let's go with you first.
I would have been right next to that mother complaining.
Really?
Yes. That is not the school's job to be teaching about the sex.
The sexual position.
The sexual position is not okay.
Yeah, the basics.
Give them the basics. Like, tell the boys when they wake up, there's a tent that happens in their sheets in the morning. Like, basic, how to take care of your body, what happens, consent. Do not teach them sexual positions.
But
I
this
would have
is
been outraged.
But it's not
I
a
didn't even
position.
learn that.
It's not just a position. This is actual.
An act out?
Wait, what is it? I want to hear this
I don't
other
want-
adjective you have for
Yeah.
it. What
I
is
wouldn't
it?
say it's an act of. My only thing is, I really, hopefully, one day would love to be really open with my children and have like really free, because I'd want them to be aware. And I don't know, again, if this is because of my mom being molested and like she told us everything and what people could possibly do to you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if
was
young
too
ladies are
much?
being taught that like, or men that like their penises or their vaginas are the only place that is for a sexual predator.
Okay,
they also need to watch out for the back.
Okay,
They coming for it too. I'm
Okay,
just
well,
saying.
if that's the fact, then
I need to
also think
prepare them.
if I'm going with what you're saying, then I think the girls and the boys should be separated so they can ask questions. Because the minute you bring that,
That's a good point.
the minute you bring that to a class,
That's
there's
a good
going to be snickering, there's going to be uncomfortableness.
Also, this was a
Like,
middle school.
My
So
kids are in middle
it's-
school. I would
So
have
it's
been
a bit- okay.
outraged.
Are they
Yeah.
aware
If
of that sort
somebody-
of thing at all? That exists?
I don't know if they're aware of that, but I don't want them learning that at school.
Yeah.
I get that.
That's
I
not
get
where
that.
I learned it.
I would want to
Can I
have that
ask-
personal conversation with my children.
learned it
as
I
on
well.
want
the
to ask
street.
PTA mom a question because I don't know and I'm in journey, so I want to make the right decisions. But
You
I
better
too want to
ask.
be very transparent with my kids. When I signed up for that elective, I was so looking forward to learning what is the big, think about it. In my 7th grade years, it was a bigger deal. It was like forbidden by my parents. Like I wasn't allowed to go out or be around boys because of this word sex.
Yeah.
And then there's this alluring side of it. My parents would cover my eyes when it would come on TV. What is it? So when you sign up for sex education, all I saw was a bunch of graphs and pictures and fallopian tubes and urethras, and it didn't make sense to what was being
Done outside
scared
the
to
class.
me. Yeah, and what was being like hung over me as a big like no-no.
Yeah.
So what is the balance? Because kids are too smart to know that sex education in middle school is not really the education we need to know out
No,
there.
I totally agree with you, but at that time, there was no social media. They didn't have a phone where they could look it up anyway. My thing
Right,
is,
which
it's not
we
that
don't want them to resort to, so they should be educated well in school so they don't have to go to
But
that, right?
not in sexual positions, though. I have
Okay.
a problem with that. You can learn about the body. You can learn about getting pregnant. But I don't think they need to know what's happening in the back.
You don't?
From Mr.
But wait.
Brown.
Can I
no.
ask another
my,
question?
my only
Wait.
thing, my
No.
only thing is,
I
And is
agree.
it a female teacher teaching the
I
girls?
think it's also supposed
Is
to be
it a male teacher
prevention,
teaching the
so
boys?
that for sexually transmitted diseases, I think they want to make sure that they're preventing that. I actually knew girls that sadly in the Christian world thought they were saving their virginity, so instead they were using this as an option. I mean, there is
Right.
so much ignorance out there that's insane. I just think awareness is important. I personally, while I
You
do
can disagree.
while I do think I want them to know it, and I absolutely would want my children to know about this type of sex,
Yeah.
I would want to have the conversation with them and maybe secondary
Yes.
hear it from school.
I have
Here's
sexual conversations with my boys. I'll say, let's talk
yeah.
about sex.
What
And
kind?
they're rolling their eyes. What kind?
What?
Got it.